After spending months touting its efficacy and pushing for its approval, Donald Trump says he has no immediate plans to receive the Pfizer vaccine. He also says White House staff will no longer be first in line unless specifically necessary as the rollout begins across the United States.
Packed up and shipped out. Pfizer's vaccine on its way to all 50 states to the delight of spectators.
This is like so exciting. This is history.
Ready for the first vaccinations.
Well, my hope again is that this happens very expeditiously, hopefully tomorrow.
3 million doses are being sent in the first shipment, and authorities say tens of millions more will soon be on the way.
The Russian Defense Ministry in a report said that there was one ceasefire violation. Rosie, the commander of the peacekeepers in Nagorno-Karabakh, said that it happened near Sabert and Hintaker villages at Gadrut region, and he stressed that the Russian peacekeepers have got the situation under control and that they are in constant contact with Armenia and Azerbaijan. Some Russian politicians here say that it was just a one-time violation and it was not clear which side provoked it, but that the goal was to test the Russian peacekeepers. So what we know is that Armenia says that 6 soldiers were wounded, and Azerbaijan says that some of its soldiers were also wounded in this region near the Hintaker and Sabel villages, and they blame each other. But Russia says that everything is under control at this particular moment.
Pakistan's opposition parties describe this rally in Lahore as a referendum on Prime Minister Imran Khan's government. They say the turnout proves he has to go, vowing to march on the capital Islamabad to force him from office.
The time for dialogue is over. We don't have any other choice except a long march. I won't tell the government we are coming now. Islamabad, we are coming.
This is the latest in months of protests by an opposition alliance called the Pakistan Democratic Movement. It accuses Khan of incompetence and failing to deliver on promises made ahead of the 2018 election, like building millions of houses and creating jobs for the poor.
Canada's first COVID-19 vaccines touched down on Sunday, marking the start of the country's dosage rollout. Prime Minister Justin Trudeau tweeted the announcement with a picture of a cargo plane as it landed on Canadian soil, carrying the country's first batch of Pfizer-BioNTech COVID-19 vaccines. The initial 30,000 doses will go to 14 sites across Canada. The first people expected to roll up their sleeves as soon as Monday will be the most vulnerable, including the elderly in long-term care facilities and healthcare workers. This week, Canada and the United States are set to become the first Western nations after the UK to begin inoculations.
London could be on the brink of being placed under Tier 3 restrictions after the capital has seen a surge in COVID-19 cases. London now has the second highest infection rate in the country, with 3/4 of its 32 boroughs seeing a rise in cases, particularly among secondary school students. Sadiq Khan has urged the government to close schools from Monday in a bid to tackle the outbreak. Ministers have said it is a national priority to keep schools open after the first lockdown, which may have had severe impacts on children's learning. London MPs and local leaders are due to be shown new figures demonstrating virus cases are doubling every 4 days in the capital, as scientists say the city should face tougher Tier 3 restrictions as soon as possible. However, Conservative MPs wrote to the Prime Minister on Sunday saying it would be catastrophic for London and the UK's economy to shut down the capital's businesses.
Hackers believed to be working for Russia have been monitoring internal email traffic at the U.S. Treasury Department as well as an agency that decides internet and telecommunications policy. That's according to multiple people familiar with the matter, who also said there is concern within the U.S. intelligence community that the hackers used a similar tool to break into other government agencies. 3 of the people familiar with the investigation said Russia is currently believed to be behind the attack. 2 of the people said that the breaches are connected to a broad campaign that also involved the recently disclosed hack on FireEye, a major U.S. cybersecurity company with government and commercial contracts. A National Security Council spokesman said, quote, "The U.S. government is aware of these reports, and we are taking all necessary steps to identify and remedy any possible issues related to this situation."
What's happening?
I don't know, there's a shooter.
Whether it's playing tricks on unsuspecting victims to steal their belongings or snatching cell phones out of people's hands, criminal behavior is commonplace in the country. Every South African can be a target of petty crimes. According to the Department of Justice and Correctional Services, these crimes can be characterized as crimes of need, which are non-violent in nature, like shoplifting, trespassing and phone snatching. These offences are prevalent during the festive season. And crime experts say it's not going to get any better this festive season.
Chinese scientists have announced their development of the most powerful quantum computer in the world. It works 100 trillion times faster than the fastest supercomputers out there. President Xi Jinping has said research and development in quantum science is an urgent matter of national concern, and the country has invested heavily in this technology, spending billions in recent years. It has become a world leader in the field.
To the untrained eye, it may not look like much, but this is now the world's most powerful computer. 20 years in the making, Zhu Zheng is the brainchild of China's top scientists, who are now asserting their dominance in the race for quantum supremacy.
Moving on to Ethiopia now, Sudanese Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok has made a brief visit to Addis Ababa on Sunday to meet his Ethiopian counterpart over the growing humanitarian crisis in the Tigray region. Hamdok is the first foreign leader to visit the Ethiopian capital since fighting broke out in the Tigray region between federal government and Tigray People's Liberation Front on November 4th. Sudan's Prime Minister arrived in Ethiopia with an offer to mediate in the growing conflict in the northern Tigray region. However, Ethiopia's government reportedly dismissed the proposal, calling it unnecessary. Now, Sudan's Prime Minister Abdallah Hamdok said that he has agreed with Ethiopian counterpart to hold an urgent meeting of the Intergovernmental Authority on Development, or the IGAD, to resolve this crisis. However, there has been no immediate comments by Ethiopia's government on Hamdok's announcement of the emergency meeting.